Let me tell you something. There's a cold that settles deep in your bones, a chill that comes from being utterly alone. I know that cold. I've lived it. I remember staring at a ceiling that wasn't mine, in a room that felt like a cage, wondering if the sun would ever rise for me again. The silence was deafening, broken only by the echo of my failures. It felt like the world was a party, and I was locked outside watching everyone else live while I was stuck in the dark. Hopelessness is a heavy blanket. It smothers you, convinces you this is forever. I was breathing, but not living, just existing. The isolation was so complete, I started to wonder if I was a ghost haunting my own life. The world keeps spinning while you're paralyzed by pain. The universe doesn't stop for your breakdown. I felt invisible, crushed by the weight of it all, believing the lies despair whispered in my ear. That cold, hard floor of rock bottom becomes your home, tricking you into thinking there's nowhere else to go. But I'm here to tell you, that's a lie. That floor is not your final destination. Some folks are born with a cushion, a family, a network, a soft place to land. I didn't have any of that. My safety net had holes you could drive a truck through. Poverty was the air I breathed, empty cupboards, worn-out shoes, the anxiety of knowing one wrong move could end it all. No trust fund, no rich uncle. My only inheritance was a strong back and a hard head. The world can be cruel when you're climbing from the bottom. People ridicule your hunger and ambition. Friends I thought would be there for life vanished. Loss became a constant companion. It wasn't just the loss of friends or money, it was the loss of dignity, the sting of rejection, the shame of asking for help and being turned away. When you have no support, you have to be your own cheerleader, coach and medic. This life with no safety net either breaks you or forges you. For a long time I thought it was breaking me. The struggle wore me down, made me bitter. But those weights were actually my training. That struggle was building muscles I didn't even know I had. Hardship was my teacher, and it was making me strong. There's a point where the world's problems become an inside job. The pressure cracks your foundation. That's what happened to me. I hit a wall so hard I shattered. The lights inside my soul just went out. Depression isn't sadness. It's a state of being, a heavy cloud that steals your joy and will to live. In that darkness I questioned everything. My mind became my worst enemy, replaying every failure. I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the man staring back. This was my lowest point. Rock bottom had a basement and I found it. The pain became physical. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I was a shell, just going through the motions. I put on a brave face, but inside I was crumbling. I seriously questioned if I could go on. The value of pain seemed like a cruel joke. I was drowning, tired of fighting, ready to give up. It was the darkest night of my soul, and I truly believed the dawn would never come. But here's the thing about hitting bottom. There's nowhere to go but up. One morning, in that darkness, something shifted. It was a tiny spark, a whisper. Enough. Enough misery, enough self-pity, enough letting the world define me. I decided if I was going down, I'd go down swinging. That decision was the turning point. It didn't fix everything, but it changed my posture. I started looking for wisdom. I went to the library, read about people who overcame the odds, listened to motivational speakers. I learned my story wasn't unique. If others could climb out, why not me? I built a routine, made my bed, went for a walk, wrote down 3 things I was grateful for. These small routines became my lifeline, my anchor in chaos. It wasn't glamorous, it was gritty, day-by-day work. Motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you create with action. One small step gave me fuel for the next. The spark of defiance grew into a flame, enough to see the path ahead. I was no longer a passenger in my life. I grabbed the steering wheel and I was determined to drive myself out of hell. You don't build a mansion overnight, you lay one brick, then another. My first goal wasn't to become a superstar, it was to get through the day without falling apart. I made a list of tiny, achievable tasks: make my bed, take a shower, read 10 pages, make one phone call. Each check mark was a small win, proof I could still accomplish things. Setbacks came, but I learned to get back up faster. A setback is a detour, not a dead end. I started to see each no as a redirection toward a different yes. I made a rule: celebrate the small wins. Did I get out of bed? That's a win. Made a tough call? Huge win. It wasn't about parties, it was about acknowledging my own effort. This practice rewired my brain, shifting my focus from what I lacked to what I was building. Slowly, things started to change. One small win led to another. A part-time job led to a better one. One person gave me a chance, then another noticed. The bricks formed a foundation, then a wall, then a room. People who once ridiculed me watched from the sidelines, confused. I wasn't just rebuilding the life I lost, I was building a new, stronger one. A life built on grit, resilience, and a mountain of carefully laid bricks. So, here's a secret. The things meant to destroy you can become your greatest strengths. All that pain and rejection, I used to see it as a liability. Now, it's my secret weapon. Rejection taught me to be relentless. Pain gave me empathy. When you've been in the dark, you recognize it in others. You connect on a deeper level. My mission became clear: use my story to lift others up. My mess became my message. The wounds healed, leaving scars, a roadmap to guide others. Every lesson from the fire became a tool. Isolation taught me the value of connection. Poverty taught me resourcefulness. Depression taught me inner strength. What I once saw as curses, I now see as blessings in disguise. The school of hard knocks is expensive, but the degree is priceless. You don't have to erase your past to have a future. Your scars are proof you're a survivor. They're not baggage, they're fuel. You've turned your scars into superpowers. Now you're ready to fly. When you go through the fire, you don't come out the same. Pain is a powerful teacher, a messenger telling you something needs to change. If you listen, it will guide you. Pain chips away your ego and pride, revealing the real you underneath. The second lesson, persistence. Not stubbornness, but faith-fueled persistence. Success is thousands of small, consistent efforts, laying one brick every day. Most people give up right before their breakthrough. The fire teaches you to hold on a little longer. Third lesson, your energy is your most valuable currency. Protect your peace. Be a ruthless gatekeeper of your mind and spirit. What you focus on grows, problems or possibilities. Finally, the fire taught me spiritual growth in chaos. When everything is stripped away, you find something deeper to hold on to. That spiritual foundation makes you truly unbreakable. There comes a day when you look back at the person you were and almost don't recognize them. The real victory is internal, a quiet confidence that you've faced the worst and are still standing. You're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror. You went through hell and came back with the keys. The true mark of triumph is not what you get, but what you give. Once you find your way out, you feel compelled to light the way for others. Your purpose becomes bigger than yourself. You share your story to serve, not to brag. The final stage of healing is using your experience to heal others. I became unbreakable not because I no longer feel pain, but because I know what to do with it. Life will always have storms, but now I have a foundation no storm can wash away. My peace comes from within, my faith, my discipline, my resilience. That's true freedom and strength no one can take away. The greatest joy is seeing someone else begin their journey from pain to purpose. Now I'm talking to you, the one who feels invisible, forgotten and stuck. I see you. I was you. This is not the end. Your pain is not a punishment, it's preparation for your purpose. Don't give up. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Make a decision. Today, right now, decide you're done being a victim. Decide to fight back. Start small. Get out of bed. Make it. Go for a walk. Write down one thing you're grateful for. Take one tiny step toward the person you want to become. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Your story is not over. The most powerful chapters are yet to be written. One day, you'll look back with gratitude, knowing this pain built your greatness. Your scars will become your testimony. Your mess will become your message. You'll use your story to change the world for someone else. Hold on. Keep fighting. Your life has immense value and purpose. The world needs your light. Fan that tiny spark until it becomes a fire. Your comeback story starts now. It's your turn to rise.